Welcome to the Alumni Lounge. I'm your host, David Carafa. On this episode, we've got Evan from Grange Park. He's currently a paid on-call firefighter and paramedic.
Hey, I'm Evan, LTTV alum, class of 2016, and now I'm a firefighter EMT.
How did you get involved with LTTV?
Well, I always kind of had a love for film growing up, so when I started at LT, I took a film class in middle school, and that was kind of like my first taste of it. Mm-hmm. And then my first year of LT, I had a lot of interest in it, but for some reason I didn't join. Probably because I was too nervous or something.
Okay.
And then sophomore year is when I started in the club. And then junior year was the first time that I took the class, actually. So I only took it 4 times my last, 2 years of school. Mm-hmm. But I don't really know what exactly drove me to apply for the club. I didn't know anyone in the club prior. I didn't get told to join. I just kind of knew it was there, and I wanted to join a club because I wasn't doing anything at all at the time. So I joined the club, and that was really the only thing I did in high school.
What did you think about Bill?
Bill?
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. Probably my favorite teacher that I've ever had.
And why is that?
Oh, just his whole laid back attitude and teaching, he'd kind of just let us not do what we wanted, but he let us have the freedom to express ourselves and the independence of being able to complete our projects, not hounded by deadlines, rules, or anything like that. So I feel like it was probably like the most creative outlet I had during that in my high school years.
Are there any favorite memories of your time at TV?
Favorite memories? Yeah, I got plenty.
Yeah. What's a couple?
I don't know why, but one that like always comes to my mind when I think of memories at LTTV was my first day, my first truck shoot.
Yeah.
It was a football game, and it was like my first time being out there and setting up and everything, and we still had like the shoulder cams, mm-hmm. the heavy shoulder cams, and I don't know what I was doing, but I decided to down a Lion burger. Remember those things? Oh my God, they're disgusting. It was like a Big Mac, but like lunchroom cafeteria version of a Big Mac. So I downed one of those right before the game. And then I honestly was only holding the camera maybe like 20 minutes. And whoever was behind me, I'm just like, hey, can we switch? And they were like, no, you got to wait till the end of the quarter. I'm like, oh, I got to switch now. And so we switched the camera, and I just book it to the bathrooms, and I threw the whole thing up. And then
my goodness.
I was so embarrassed, I just went home.
Wow.
Oh man, that was, I don't know why that one's always just in my head. Like, I feel like it should be traumatizing, but I find it hilarious.
Is there any other memories?
Vegas is always a good one.
What year was that?
I went, I'm gonna say probably 2016. What time of the year does it usually happen? Like
April.
Yeah, then it was right before I graduated high school. So
yeah.
The unique thing about my class was that 2016 was like kind of a bad year. I was like the only person active in the club from the class of 2016. There was people, the year ahead of me and plenty of people the year behind me. So when I went to Vegas, I was the only person from 2016. Mm. Like everyone else was younger. Like I was the only 18-year-old. Everyone else was, like Sean Robinson, Max Abrahamson, Paul Morehouse, Max, right?
Yeah.
I forgot his last name.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that might have been it. It was a small group, but kind of like, I don't know. just all the stories that, can't repeat on camera that we heard about from Vegas years prior. Like, I felt like mine was very tame. I don't got much to tell that is not safe for work, but just the experience of being out in Vegas.
Yeah.
My first time flying in a
First
plane.
time flying.
Yeah, first time flying in a plane. I went to Vegas. But I mean, it was just such a fun experience, and it's always so fun to tell people like that I went to Vegas for a high school field trip. Everyone's just always blown away by that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Do I still hold the record for the most what would be most expensive raffle winner?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
who was it? I forgot.
What was that again?
I won a Sony. What was it? It's a Sony Bravia 65-inch flat screen TV. I still have it too. It still works. It's showing its age, but it's still still works. It's a smart TV, so
Yeah.
It, like, for its time when I got it, like, no one had smart TVs, so I was like the cool kid on the block for a while there.
The cool kid.
Yeah, especially when they delivered it to LT. So like, just during passing period, I'm like wheeling a 65-inch TV down the hallway. But yeah, it's what was I going to mention about it? Did someone who was it from?
Well, I mean, who was it from?
Like, what vendor did I win that from? Was it Black Magic?
I don't remember.
It was some
not
kind
sure.
of camera lens company, because I still have the shirt, I think.
What departments do you work at?
I work for the Grange Park Fire Department, paid on call, kind of a volunteer department.
Yeah.
And then I was employed at Forest View part-time for about a year, and then I'm at Westmont right now, and I've been there for a little over a year. I've been at a few other EMS agencies, just kind of picking up other odd, part-time jobs while kind of sticking to schooling if it's not related to fire or not. Just kind of been keeping busy in that way.
What kind of things do you do at the departments? Like, how is the day-to-day activities?
Well, it's very different for both. If you work on a paid on call department or a volunteer department, it's kind of, you put in what you want, you get in what you get out of it. So that's kind of what the day-to-day is there. It's, you go in if you have the spare time to train, drill, do station work, clean up, stuff like that. And then, we all carry pagers with us, and the pager goes off, you run to work, and you get in the rig, you get your gear, you get in the rig, and you go to the call. Simple as that.
Okay.
And then vice versa, if you're on like a part-time or a full-time department, that's where you show up to work at your assigned time, and you're there the entire shift, whether it's a 12 or 24 or 48 hour shift, and you get assigned to a position, and you're there the entire time, and you do all the station duties, do all the training, respond to calls, busy day, cook at the firehouse, everything.
Tell us a little bit about your fire history page that you created.
Oh yeah, that's kind of my COVID project.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so when COVID shut down, or when COVID shut everything down, I was in class at the time.
Yeah.
And working, and everything kind of stopped when that happened, and especially like in my job field of working as a frontline EMS worker during the pandemic, like it was a tricky time. So we had a retired member of the fire department pass away right before COVID hit, and the family asked us to like find old photos of him when he was on the fire department in like the 70s. So me and some of the other firefighters went down into the archives and just started digging up all these photo albums that were just sitting in the basement, lying dormant for years.
Yeah.
And I kind of took the initiative to, when COVID hit, kind of like thought, hey, you know what? All this stuff sitting in the basement that no one's looking at.
Yeah.
Why not take it and make it public? So that kind of became my COVID project. It started off as taking the photos and scanning them. We got a high quality scanner from the village. I would scan the photos, and then started sharing them with the, members of the department and such like that. But then we wanted to get it more local. So we started a Facebook page called LaGrange Park Fire History. That's right. And from there, it just kind of took off. We got a lot of hits right off the bat, and it turned in from just sharing photos to sharing videos. We have like old school reels that you helped me, transfer. And then it just started, the stuff in the archive just became like the backup. And then all the stuff started coming in from the families of retired firemen and past firemen and
That's awesome.
such like that. And we just started getting like so much stuff. And I used, I think the thing that really helped me out that a lot of former guys that looked into the history, like back in the day, didn't have was the internet, stuff like Facebook, like ancestry.com, findyourgrave.com, stuff like that just really good with finding like old documents and such. Really just helped me kind of piece together all this information, finding these old guys. And my big project during COVID was finding all of the old fire trucks. So LaGrange Park has 9 former fire trucks that are nowhere to be found. And I used, the internet, mostly Facebook, honestly, to locate them all. We found one in New Jersey, the oldest one, one in Wisconsin, another one in Pennsylvania, West Virginia. They're like all over the place. And in late 2021, this one appeared in New York. And it was a 1972 American LaFrance fire engine.
Wow.
It appeared in New York in pretty decent condition. And the guy had, I guess, found it in his uncle's barn. And his uncle had passed away or something, or had sold the property to his nephew. And the nephew, started taking care of it and would send us updates. And about a year into it, he told us that he was going to get rid of it. And at first we were like, okay, just let us know the next owner and we'll communicate with them. But then he changed his mind and said, I'm bringing it to the scrapyard. So we're kind of a little disappointed about that. But then he said, here's the list price, only, a couple $1,000s. It's yours if you want it. So pulled our money together and brought it home to the fire department.
Wow. And it's been in the pet parade.
Yeah.
Right?
It was like within a week of getting it, we got it in the pet parade the first, I think that was about 2 years ago now. So it's been it was in 3 pet parades now, because the 2021 pet parade was, I don't know if my timeline's aligning anymore, but I don't remember the dates offhand, but the 2021 pet parade was delayed because I don't think they even did one in 2020.
No.
And then 2021, they had it like late in the year. Yeah. And that was like a week after we got it. So we got it, and then a week later it was in the pet parade.
Its first debut.
Right. And it kind of was a little, it was cleaned up, but it was not like all the lettering was gone and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
how was that to like get everything to get it back up and running, or get it to, look like it did?
Not bad, honestly.
Yeah.
If anything mechanically goes wrong with that, like the engine blows, it's done. Like we're not going to put that much money into it. Like, okay, it's now a museum piece, it'll stay still.
How would somebody apply to get on a paid on call or part-time department?
Well, I will say that right now is kind of a tough time for a lot of emergency services.
Yeah. Locally,
especially. There's a shortage on police officers, firefighters, and especially paramedics. Paramedics are very low right now. So pretty much any local like part-time department is probably looking for guys. So if you have any interest, whether or not you want to do it as a career, especially like the paid on call departments, they're practically, they're a lot like volunteer departments. You'll get paid, but if you just have a full-time job and you're kind of looking for something to do on the side that not much commitment, not the best pay, but it's still something to do, help out your community. Usually they hire like once or twice a year in October. And you can look on their Facebook pages and see if they've got any openings. But it's a great opportunity if you're trying to look for something to do on the side.
What is the training like?
So it's not too bad, especially for your smaller departments. As far as prerequisites before you even get hired, you need nothing. So they will send you to everything. Mostly it's just fire academy and EMT. And those are both like semester long courses. So like 5 to 6 months. So you'll get trained in about a year. That's really the only like time commitment, because it'll be like, might be like Tuesdays and Thursday nights and then Saturday mornings. That's usually how it goes for like smaller departments for fire academy wise. So if you can make that time for, the year long, you might get summer off, and then, for fire academy and EMT school, that's really all. And then after that, it's, anyone can kind of do it in their free time.
Well, Evan, thanks for coming on the Alumni Lounge.
It's my pleasure.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, had fun.
It was pretty good, wasn't it?
We had some laughs.
Yeah. See you next time, where stories collide and memories reside.
Beautiful.
Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, consider liking and subscribing to the Alumni Lounge, where stories collide and memories reside.